Hey there, so the problem I'm having currently with my single handle tub and shower mixer is the water is staying on even after I turn it off. It's still leaking out of there. In the past I've actually replaced this once before for not getting the hot water and only getting cold water, and I'm sure it could be vice versa with that. My water here is quite bad with the well. So I mean, this is just something I'm having to deal with, having to replace it so soon again. Um, but I'd like to take you guys through the steps of doing so you can handle it yourself. Um, so what I got here is the Moen 1222. It's a replacement cartridge. So all then we'd have to do is once we disassemble this, we'll slip out the old one and slip in this new one. And that should solve our problems. So the first thing you're going to want to do, depending on your problem, mine obviously the water was running, so I had to go shut off the water, otherwise it'd be coming out right now. But so the first step would be to go shut off your water, wherever your pipes are downstairs or in your crawl space. That'd be the first step. The next step will be to take off this handle. This is just using a 7/64 Allen key. And there's just a spot at the bottom here. You can turn it up if you'd like, to be able to see it easier. And you'll just take that all the way out. And I'll just set that off to the side. And you can just pull off the mixer handle. Then what you'll need is just a regular Phillips screwdriver. And you'll just be taking off this screw inside here. Then you just back that one out. Once that's off, you can set this off to the side as well. And then you'll just be pulling this sheath off. That'll just come off like that. And then you'll see here, there's a U-clip, I guess you'd call it. And you'll just grab the top of that and pull that off. Just simple as that. You can just set that off to the side. Now here's where, depending on how tight yours is in there, this will make a difference. Your new one will come with a removing tool. Looks like so. And all you do is just slip that on over the top. And then you can use a wrench on there to break this free. And you can do a 45-degree turn with it. So, and you'll see once you're doing it, there's a slot where it's going to pop it off a little bit. So you'll just grab onto it, give it a crank. See, there's some water coming out right now. So then what you'll do is grab a hold of it and try and wiggle it out. Might have to take a screwdriver and pop it out. I know some of them can be a bear. I remember the first time I did this on this faucet, it was real difficult to get that out. Hopefully yours guys won't be that difficult to get out, but it's out now. We can just set that off to the side. And this is the cartridge. So then what you'll do with this new one, so take it out of the packaging here, and it'll come with a little container of lubricant. You'll just tear that open. And then what they want you to do is lubricate these rubber seals here. So you'll just squirt a little bit on there and rub it around just to get it all coated. That'll help the installation of this. Make sure it goes in nice and smooth. You can get the O-ring in the front as well. I'll put a little bit inside here just to help things out. One thing I forgot to mention was you should note which direction this came out. It'll say HC on one side for I assume hot cold, and mine was installed up backwards, I assume, because I have to install this upside down in order for my heat and cold to be on the right side. Otherwise, it's just going to be opposite, and I just know that from last time. You know, I made the mistake of not checking that. So yeah, I just know to make a look at that first, and then all you do is just slip it in and push it in all the way until it's fully seated. And then you'll take your retaining clip again, a copper retaining clip, and it'll just go right through the slot where it came from, and then you'll just push it in and it'll snap right into place. And you can slip your collar back on. Make sure it's fully seated. And you'll take your, I don't know what this exactly is, I guess your control, because this is what's actually turning the mixer. You'll slip that back on. And put your screw in it. And then last but not least, you'll put your handle back on. That's simply just same way you disassembled it. You just take your screw and your machine screw and put it back in, and then tighten it up with the hex key. And again, that's a 7/64. Alright, and that should do it. Make sure it's off. In this case, I'm going to put this back to normal. Just didn't want it dangling down. And I'll turn this off and go click on the water downstairs. And I'll bring you guys back and make sure this thing's working. Alright, so I got the water back on now, and as you can see, it's not running anymore, so that solved my problem. You know, you're just going to want to check and make sure, you know, both your cold and hot, you know, work at the right, you know, the right times, depending on where your mixer's set. One thing I wanted to mention that I found out, because I made the mistake of when I first turned on the water, it was running at full bore, and that's because I actually had installed it with this valve facing the wrong direction. I installed it according to the instructions, so I don't know if mine's backwards or not, but there's a little dimple, and I'll give you a close-up here. Let's get this thing to focus. That little dimple here, that's supposed to be facing the hot-cold side, so the opposite side as what it's facing now. But being that is the way mine came out, you know, I installed it that way, and now it's fine. So just something, you know, to think about. You know, so I don't know, like I said, if it's just my you know, my mixer was installed backwards originally. Maybe that whole pipes being backwards thing is what did it. But I just thought I'd mention that just in case you run into the same problem. All you got to do is just flip that black, you know, that black screw. You know, just flip that over, so you know it's just the opposite. But all right, well, I hope this helped you out, and if it did, please like this video and comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I hope your day gets better like mine is now.